Do you ever go outside to work or play? Well, there was a man named Abu bin Adhem who did just that. He was a woodcutter, and every single day he would walk into the big green forest. The sun would peek through the leaves of the tall trees, making little sunny spots on the ground. Abu loved the forest. He loved the sound of the birds singing their happy songs. He loved the smell of the pine needles and the damp earth. His job was to cut wood, and he was very good at it. He used the wood to help his family and his neighbors, and everyone knew him as a kind and gentle person. Abu had a special tool for his job. It was his axe. It wasn't a fancy axe. It wasn't shiny or new. It was an old iron axe with a strong wooden handle. His father had given it to him, and his father's father had used it before that. So this axe was very important to Abu. It was more than just a tool. It was a memory of his family. He took great care of it, always making sure the blade was sharp and the handle was smooth. With this axe, he could chop wood all day long, providing warmth and comfort for many people. It was his friend. One beautiful morning, the sun was shining extra bright. Abu decided to work near the river that flowed through the forest. The river was wide and looked like a long blue ribbon twisting through the trees. The water moved quickly, making soft splashing sounds as it rushed over the smooth gray stones. Abu thought it was the perfect spot. He could listen to the water while he worked. He picked a big tree right by the riverbank. He was ready to start his day, feeling happy and full of energy. He took a big breath of the fresh forest air. He held his trusty iron axe in his hands. He swung it back, feeling the familiar weight. He was aiming for the thick trunk of the tree. Swing! The axe made a whooshing sound as it flew through the air. He was a strong woodcutter, and he put all his effort into the swing. He wanted to make a good, clean cut. The birds stopped singing for just a moment, as if they were watching him. The river kept on flowing, not knowing that something important was about to happen. Abu was focused, his eyes on the tree, ready to make the first chop of the day. But then something unexpected happened. As Abu swung the axe with all his might, his hand slipped. Oh no! The axe flew out of his grasp. It spun through the air for a second, like a shiny spinning top. Then with a loud splash, it fell right into the deep, fast-moving river. The water opened up and swallowed the axe whole. Bubbles rose to the surface where it had disappeared, and then they were gone. The river just kept flowing as if nothing had happened at all. Abu stood there, his hands empty, staring at the spot where his precious axe had vanished. Abu's heart sank down, down, down. He felt a big lump in his throat. His axe was gone. His only axe. How could he work now? How could he cut wood for his family? The wood he sold was how he bought food and clothes. Without his axe, he couldn't earn a living. He sat down on the grassy riverbank, his head in his hands. A tear rolled down his cheek, and then another. He wasn't just sad about the money. He was sad because he had lost the axe his father had given him. It felt like he had lost a piece of his heart. He looked at the river. The water was moving so fast. He knew he could never find his axe by himself. It was probably already far, far away, pushed along by the strong current. Or maybe it was stuck deep in the mud at the bottom. The sun was still shining, and the birds started singing again, but Abu didn't notice. All he could think about was his lost axe. He felt so helpless and so worried. What was he going to do? He closed his eyes and wished with all his might that he could have his axe back. He just sat there, feeling very, very small and alone. His mind was filled with worried thoughts. He thought about his wife and children. How would he tell them? How would they manage without the money he earned? Every happy thought he had that morning was gone, replaced by a gray cloud of sadness. The beautiful day suddenly felt gloomy. The sound of the river, which he had found so peaceful just a few minutes ago, now sounded like it was laughing at him. He whispered to himself, "My axe, my dear old axe, what will I do without you?" He felt completely hopeless, with no idea how to solve this big, big problem. Just as Abu was feeling his saddest, a beautiful light appeared over the river. It shimmered and shone, brighter than the sun. The light grew, and out of it stepped a wonderful being. It was an angel. The angel had kind eyes and a warm, gentle smile. The angel's voice was like soft music when it spoke to Abu. "Good man," the angel said. "Why are you crying? Why do you look so sad on such a lovely day?" Abu looked up, surprised. He wiped his tears and told the angel his story about losing his special iron axe in the river. The angel listened patiently, nodding its head. "I see," the angel said with a compassionate look. "Your axe is very important to you. Do not worry, I will help you find it. The angel then reached into the river. The water swirled around the angel's arm, but it came out completely dry. When the angel pulled its hand out, it was holding an axe. But this wasn't Abu's axe. This axe was made of pure, shining gold. It glittered in the sunlight and looked like it belonged to a king. "Is this beautiful golden axe yours?" the angel asked. Abu looked at the golden axe. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. He knew it was worth a lot of money. It could solve all his problems and make his family rich forever. He could buy 100 new axes with it. But Abu was an honest man. He knew that the golden axe was not his. So, he shook his head. "No, kind angel," Abu said respectfully. "That is a magnificent axe, but it is not mine. My axe was just a simple one made of old iron." He felt a little sad to say no, but he knew it was the right thing to do. The angel smiled and placed the golden axe on the riverbank. Then, the angel reached into the river a second time. Again, the water danced and sparkled. This time, the angel pulled out another axe. This one was made of bright, gleaming silver. It shone with a cool white light, like the moon on a clear night. It was also very beautiful and very valuable. "Well then," the angel said, holding up the silver axe, "is this shiny silver axe the one you lost?" The angel watched Abu closely, waiting for his answer. It was another test of his honesty. Abu bin Adhem looked at the silver axe. It was very pretty, and just like the golden one, it was worth a great deal. He could sell it and buy everything his family needed. For a moment, he thought about how easy it would be to just say yes. But deep in his heart, Abu knew that telling a lie was wrong. He was a man who valued the truth more than anything else. He looked the angel right in the eye and shook his head once more. "Thank you, angel. But that is not my axe either," he said in a clear, steady voice. "Mine was not so fancy. It was just a plain old iron axe." The angel's smile grew even wider. It seemed very pleased with Abu's answers. The angel put the silver axe on the bank next to the golden one. For a third and final time, the angel reached its hand into the rushing river. When its hand came out, it was holding a familiar-looking axe. It had a dark iron head and a worn wooden handle. It wasn't shiny or valuable to anyone else, but to Abu, it was the most precious thing in the world. "Is this your iron axe?" the angel asked, its voice full of warmth. Abu's face lit up with pure joy. "Yes, yes!" he exclaimed happily. "That is my axe, my dear old axe. Thank you, kind angel." He reached out and took his axe, holding it tightly in his hands. It felt perfect. He was so relieved and grateful that he could have cried again, but this time they would have been tears of happiness. He had his friend back. He could finally go back to work and take care of his family. He had told the truth, and he was content with just getting his own simple tool back. The angel looked at Abu with great kindness. "Abu bin Adhem," the angel said, "you are a truly honest man. You could have claimed the gold or the silver axe, and you would have been very rich. But you chose to tell the truth." The angel then gestured to the other axes lying on the grass. "Because you have been so honest, I want you to have these as well." The angel gave Abu the golden axe and the silver axe as a reward for his truthfulness. Abu learned a very important lesson that day. Honesty is the best treasure of all, and it is always rewarded in the end.